All right, welcome everyone. Today we're diving deep into the French Revolution.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see how, a nation that starts out fighting for liberty and equality
Right.
ends up in terror and under a dictatorship.
Yeah, how does that happen?
Yeah, exactly. And to help us figure all that out, we're going to be using two of those oversimplified videos from YouTube.
I love those.
They're great, right?
That make it so easy to understand.
Yeah, and they're so funny. But don't let that name fool ya, the French Revolution. This thing was anything but simple.
You can say that again?
So to kick things off, one of the things that really struck me in the videos was this crazy contrast.
Yeah.
Like you've got France, the epitome of culture and prosperity, right?
Yeah.
But then it's all built on this foundation of like massive inequality.
Exactly. The source material highlights that so well.
Like, can you believe it? 80% of the population were peasants.
80%.
Carrying the whole nation on their backs, basically.
Yeah, it's hard to fathom.
It really is. And meanwhile, you've got the nobility, like, living it up.
Oh, yeah.
The source material even makes a joke about them partying harder, even as the country's, like, going broke.
Party harder. Right? Classic.
Yeah, I laughed out loud at that one. But, this whole economic disparity thing wasn't just France.
No, not at all.
Makes you wonder, are we seeing echoes of this in our world today?
It definitely makes you think.
So, okay, here we are, France. Deep in debt after getting slammed in a war with Britain.
Right.
And then on top of that, they go and finance the American Revolution.
Ooh.
Talk about a double whammy.
And of course, they never got paid back for that, did they?
Nope, not a single cent.
Classic.
So yeah, debt's piling up. And then you've got the monarchy. And they're spending like there's no tomorrow.
Especially Marie Antoinette.
Oh, yeah.
She became the symbol of this excess, really.
She did. I mean, she even got nicknamed like Madame Deficit or something.
Madame Deficit.
Yeah.
It really captures how people felt about her spending, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, totally. So where does King Louis VI fit into all this? Was he just a weak ruler or was there more to it?
Well, he definitely wasn't the strongest leader France needed at that point.
Right.
But to just call him weak, I think that's oversimplifying things.
Yeah, okay.
Think about it. He's dealing with a world that's changing rapidly.
Right.
Economic crisis, people are getting restless.
Totally.
His choices, or lack of choices, I mean, they were shaped by some seriously complex stuff.
It's like he was drowning in it all.
In a way, yeah.
But here's where things get even more interesting. While all this is happening, a new way of thinking is like taking root, the Age of Enlightenment. So you've got these thinkers right inside France starting to question, well, pretty much everything. The monarchy, the inequality, you name it.
And that's a crucial point. It's not just about the economic hardship.
Right.
This is about a shift in consciousness.
Ooh, that's a good way to put it.
People are starting to envision a completely different world. One based on reason, on individual rights. It was revolutionary. And those ideas were spreading fast.
Like wildfire.
Exactly.
And all these revolutionary ideas are about to collide big time with a French state that's falling apart.
Oh.
You've got taxes through the roof, people starving in the streets.
It was a dire situation.
The source material does a great job of showing us how bad it really was for the peasants, though.
It does, and with a bit of humor, too.
Remember that part with the tax collector?
Oh, yeah.
The poor guy's getting grilled about his salt usage.
Ridiculous. It shows how absurd the whole tax system was.
It really does. It wasn't just crushing for the peasantry. It was totally inconsistent, too, and unfair.
And guess who was carrying most of that burden?
Let me guess. The Third Estate.
Bingo. Everyone who wasn't clergy or nobility.
Figures.
It's like the source is portraying it in this almost comical way, but it's highlighting a really dark reality.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, even a 9-year-old kid was getting hit with the salt tax.
Imagine that.
You can practically feel the desperation, the anger bending.
And then, just to make things worse, a series of brutal winters hit.
Oh, no.
Wiped out the harvests, widespread starvation, bread prices skyrocketing.
It was the breaking point for a lot of people.
They felt like they had nothing left to lose.
And that brings us to the big one, right? The storming of the Bastille.
The event that changed everything.
The source material really captures that energy of that day,
Oh, yeah, it's chaotic.
People arming themselves, raiding the Hôtel des Invalides for weapons.
They needed gunpowder for those weapons too, right?
Yeah. And then they march on the Bastille itself.
The Bastille, now that was more than just a prison.
Oh, absolutely. It represented royal authority, oppression.
Exactly. So when the governor refused to surrender...
Oh, man, it's like a scene straight out of history.
And
And then that ending, the governor's head on a pike.
grim.
It's a stark reminder that this revolution, it's turning violent.
And the National Assembly's reaction to that violence, that's crucial.
Oh, yeah. What'd they do?
Instead of condemning it, they kind of embraced it. It was a dangerous precedent to set, for sure. More violence was sure to follow.
Like they unleashed something they couldn't control.
Exactly. And in all this fear and uncertainty, some voices start calling for even more radical action.
This is where Jean-Paul Marat comes in, right? With his newspaper, The Friend of the People.
The one filled with calls for executions.
It's chilling. It's like a preview of what's to come.
To understand Marat, you have to see him in the context of the times.
Okay.
Revolutions. They often breed paranoia and fear.
I can imagine.
People see enemies everywhere.
Right.
And Marat, he tapped right into that, fueling the unrest even more.
But then the source throws in this almost comical image.
Wait, what?
Marat, this radical revolutionary calling for all this extreme stuff, and he's doing it while soaking in a bathtub with a rubber ducky.
No way. I'm telling you, it's hilarious.
It's kind of a reminder, isn't it? That even in a revolution, people are still, well, people.
That's true. So let's recap. We've got a king who's lost all credibility.
Yeah. The population is on edge. Radical voices are getting louder.
Not a good combination.
And what does the king do? He tries to make a run for it.
Oh, the attempted escape.
King Louis XVI, disguised as a servant, tries to sneak out of France with his family.
Talk about a comedy of errors.
The source describes it as a total mess, ending with them getting caught at Varennes.
I can't believe they thought they could pull it off.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And get this, a postmaster recognized him.
You can't make this stuff up.
I know, but this failed escape, it had major consequences.
It did. It shattered whatever trust was left in the king.
And showed everyone he was against the revolution for good.
It was a fatal mistake, for sure.
But while all this drama is unfolding, the National Assembly is busy working on something huge, the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen.
Now, this is a groundbreaking document.
Seriously, even Thomas Jefferson had a hand in creating it.
Really? Wow.
It was this bold statement of individual rights and equality, like a direct challenge to the old way of doing things. But did it really live up to its ideals, especially when it came to women?
That's an important point. As revolutionary as it was for its time, it still had its limitations, reflecting the era it was created in.
Right.
Women were largely left out of his promises of equality.
It's a good reminder that revolutions, even when they're pushing for progress, don't always achieve true justice for everyone.
Sadly, that's true.
So the drama continues in France, and things are about to get even hotter with the Women's March on Versailles.
Thousands of women marching for miles to confront the king.
Driven by hunger, poverty,
desperation.
And their numbers just kept growing as they marched. By the time they got to Versailles, there were tens of thousands of them.
Incredible.
I can only imagine what that must have looked like.
It was a powerful symbol of the disconnect between the monarchy and the people.
Living in luxury while his people are starving.
The women, they decided to confront him head on.
That was a bold move.
It showed how desperate they were and how powerful the people were becoming.
And then, of course, you have that infamous line from Marie Antoinette. Let them eat cake.
Ooh, yeah, that one.
I mean, whether she actually said it or not, who knows?
Right.
But the point is, it shows how clueless the ruling class was.
Completely out of touch with the suffering of their people.
Yeah, it became a rallying cry for the revolution. It perfectly captured that sense of injustice.
Things were about to change even more drastically. But that change, it wasn't going to come without a cost.
Ooh, ominous. But we'll have to wait for part 2 to find out what happens next.
Can't wait.
Stay tuned, everybody. This revolution's just getting started. So the Women's March on Versailles, that was intense.
Definitely a turning point.
But the revolution story, it doesn't end there.
Oh, no, not even close.
As the monarchy's falling apart, this new tool comes on the scene. It's going to become like a chilling symbol of the whole revolution. The guillotine.
Yeah, the guillotine.
Right.
It's interesting how it started, actually.
Really?
It was supposed to be more humane, replacing all those brutal, drawn-out punishments they used to have.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
It even got called the National Razor.
The National Razor.
Wow, because it was so quick, supposedly painless.
I see. So from less cruel justice to a symbol of terror.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing how something designed for good can end up being used for something so horrific.
It really is. And as the revolution's heating up, France is facing another problem.
What's that?
Tensions with other European nations.
Ah, right.
They were watching everything unfold in France, and they were not happy about it.
A mix of fear and disdain, I'd say.
They were scared those revolutionary ideas would spread to their own countries.
Makes sense. It threatened their power.
So they start forming coalitions, getting ready for war.
Classic power move.
And there's this one guy, the Duke of Brunswick.
Oh, yeah. What about him?
He was a Prussian commander, and he made this threat, trying to intimidate the revolutionaries.
Ooh, bad idea.
He basically said, if you harm the French king, we'll burn Paris to the ground.
Not the best strategy.
But instead of backing down, it just made the revolutionaries more angry, more determined.
It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline.
Exactly. And that's what happened. The Duke's threat led to the storming of the Tuileries Palace.
Things escalated quickly.
The monarchy got suspended. They declared France a republic.
Wow, a whirlwind of events.
It feels like the revolution's entering this whole new phase.
You're right. It's not about reforming the monarchy anymore.
It's about creating something entirely new.
A whole new form of government.
Bold move, but all those ideals, liberty, equality, fraternity, they're about to be put to the test.
A test like no one could have imagined.
So now this new republic, it's facing threats from all sides, right?
From within and without.
You've got foreign armies at the borders, and then the fear of counter-revolutionaries inside France.
Yeah, a recipe for suspicion and paranoia.
And that's where things take a dark turn.
The revolution enters what's known as the Reign of Terror.
The source material really paints a chilling picture of this time.
It was a dark period.
They created the Committee of Public Safety, the Revolutionary Tribunal.
All designed to root out enemies of the revolution.
Real or imagined.
Right.
It wasn't just about actual threats.
No, it was about perceived threats. Even the slightest hint of disloyalty.
Terror as the order of the day.
Exactly. Fear became a tool to control people, a weapon used against anyone suspected of opposing the revolution.
It's crazy what could get you in trouble back then.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
Saying monsieur instead of citizen, feeling sorry for the king, even complaining about the price of bread.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Any of those could land you in front of the Revolutionary Tribunal.
And the source gives us some pretty dark humor about these offenses.
Yeah, but the reality was terrifying.
Absolutely. It was a time of constant uncertainty, paranoia, neighbor turning against neighbor, accusations flying everywhere.
And the slightest misstep could cost you your life.
Tens of thousands of people were executed during the Reign of Terror.
It's a sobering reminder of how easily fear and ideology can lead to violence and oppression.
And the guillotine, that symbol of progress, it becomes the chilling emblem of the terror.
It's like this visual representation of how quickly a revolution can spiral out of control.
Right. From hope to bloodshed.
The source material dives into some key figures from this period, like Georges Danton.
Oh, yeah. He was a revolutionary leader, wasn't he?
Yeah, he initially supported the terror, but then he started calling for restraint.
But it's too late.
He became a victim of the paranoia he helped create, accused of being an enemy of the revolution, sent to the guillotine.
That's almost Shakespearean. Tragic.
It shows how unpredictable the terror was. No one was safe, not even the people in power.
The revolution devouring its own children.
And then there's Marie Antoinette.
Imprisoned since the fall of the monarchy.
She becomes this symbol of everything wrong with the old regime.
Her trial and execution in 1793, that was a big moment.
It felt like they were cutting ties with the past, rejecting the monarchy for good.
But the terror wasn't over yet. In fact, it was about to get even worse.
This is where Maximilien Robespierre steps in, right?
The mastermind of the terror.
He's driven by this vision of a republic of virtue.
He becomes the most powerful figure in the Committee of Public Safety.
It's like he believed terror was the only way to achieve his utopia.
There was definitely a fanatical element to his actions.
He became isolated, paranoid, ruthless in pursuing his vision.
He even created a new religion, the cult of the Supreme Being.
It's like power went to his head.
Yeah, he lost touch with reality.
And that ultimately led to his downfall.
Right. What happened?
He gives this chilling speech to the National Convention, says he has a list of enemies who'll be sent to the guillotine.
Ooh, a classic power play.
But he refuses to say who's on the list.
So everyone's freaking out, right?
Yep, his allies turned on him, fearing they were on that list.
Poetic justice, in a way.
They arrested him, putting an end to his reign of terror.
He became a victim of the very paranoia he created.
Robespierre's execution in July 1794 marked the end of the terror.
But the revolution, it wasn't over yet.
Of course not. France is still at war. The government's a mess. The people are exhausted and disillusioned.
It's like this wild roller coaster that just won't stop.
So what happens next? Some peace and quiet. A return to normal.
Not exactly. What you get is a period of reaction, instability.
France trying to figure out what to do with the legacy of the terror.
Right. Trying to create a stable government.
A time of transition, uncertainty.
And it's during this time that a new figure emerges.
Ooh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Someone who will reshape France, leave his mark on history. Napoleon Bonaparte.
Napoleon. Now, that's a name everyone knows. But before we get to his rise, what happens right after Robespierre's fall?
It's called the Thermidorian reaction.
Thermidorian? What's that?
Named after the month in the revolutionary calendar when it happened.
Ah,
The Thermidorians, the folks who helped take down Robespierre, they take over.
so they're trying to bring back some order, stability.
Yeah, they wanted to dismantle the machinery of the terror and those extreme policies.
So things are swinging back toward moderation.
Exactly. They're trying to find a middle ground, curb the excesses without ditching the revolution's ideals altogether.
Tricky balance.
It was. They faced pushback from both sides.
Makes sense. Some thought the revolution didn't go far enough. Others wanted the old ways back.
France was still deeply divided.
And what about the war? It's still going on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And France actually starts winning some battles.
Really? Like which ones?
The source mentions the Battle of Fleurus, helped secure their borders.
So even with everything going on at home, they're holding their own against their enemies.
They were. But the war was still a huge drain on resources, a source of instability.
Yeah, I bet. And inside France, they're still figuring out what kind of government they want.
Right. The Thermidorians were in charge, but it was a temporary fix.
What happens next? More chaos.
There were some royalist uprisings, trying to get the monarchy back.
But they failed, huh?
Ultimately, yeah. The Thermidorians, they just couldn't establish a truly stable and effective government.
They tried, though.
They did. In 1795, they come up with a new constitution, create a new government called the Directory.
The Directory, what's that?
The idea was to keep power from being concentrated in one person's hands, like what happened with Robespierre.
Checks and balances, kind of.
Yeah, something like that. 5 directors sharing executive power.
Sounds like a good idea.
On paper, maybe, but in practice, it was weak, ineffective, riddled with corruption.
Ugh, and they couldn't solve any of the problems France was facing.
Nope. Economic woes, social unrest, it was all still there.
So you've got a power vacuum, the war is dragging on, everyone's exhausted from years of turmoil.
Sounds like the perfect opportunity for someone to step in and take control.
And I think we both know who that someone is.
Enter Napoleon Bonaparte.
The man, the myth, the legend.
A brilliant military strategist, charismatic leader.
He embodied those revolutionary ideals, right? Ambition, meritocracy, belief in individual achievement.
And he'd already racked up some impressive military victories.
But he wanted more.
Oh yeah, he had his sights set on something much bigger.
He was a man of destiny.
He believed he was destined to reshape the entire continent.
And that's exactly what he set out to do. It's wild, right? A revolution that starts with cries for freedom and ends with Napoleon in charge.
It really shows you how unpredictable revolutions can be.
Yeah, the road to progress, it's definitely not a straight line.
And sometimes it leads to some pretty unexpected places.
So Napoleon staged his coup. He's the first consul now. What's his next move? Does he just go full dictator right away?
Surprisingly, no. He focuses on bringing stability back to France.
Smart move.
He knew that after years of chaos, people were craving some peace and quiet.
Makes sense.
He was smart enough to realize that brute force alone wouldn't keep him in power.
He had to win the people over.
Exactly. And he did it by tackling some of the most divisive issues head on.
Like what?
Well, for one, he brought back the Catholic Church.
The church. They'd been, completely shut down during the revolution, right?
Yeah, during that radical phase.
So bringing it back, that must please a lot of people.
It did. A lot of people in France were still deeply religious.
It's like he was trying to appeal to everyone, the traditionalists and the revolutionaries.
He was a master at understanding what people wanted.
It works.
It did. He also got rid of that revolutionary calendar.
Oh, yeah, that thing?
It was a pretty radical change, trying to break with the past and all that.
I bet people were confused.
Oh, definitely. A 10-day week,
Yeah.
months, named after fog and wind. It was a lot to keep track of.
So getting rid of it, that must have felt like a return to normalcy.
It did. It was a symbolic move, showing that things were settling down.
He knew how to play the game, that's for sure.
He wasn't just a military genius, he was a shrewd politician.
But let's not forget, Napoleon had his eyes on bigger prizes.
Oh yeah, he wasn't content with just ruling France.
He wanted to spread French power and influence across all of Europe.
He saw himself as a man of destiny.
He was going to reshape the continent.
And he launched a series of military campaigns to do just that.
Victories against Austria, that crazy expedition to Egypt.
Oh yeah, the Egyptian campaign.
Discovering ancient artifacts, battling the British, having to retreat when his fleet gets destroyed.
It was quite an adventure.
A setback, but it didn't hurt his reputation as a brilliant military leader.
Not at all. He came back to France a hero.
And while all this is happening, the Directory's still struggling to keep things together.
They were weak, ineffective.
The perfect opportunity for Napoleon to make his move.
And he did.
Yeah.
In 1799, he stages another coup.
This time, he's not messing around.
He takes advantage of the Directory's weakness, the public's discontent.
He presents himself as the savior of France.
The only one who can restore order and strength to the nation.
And people believed him.
They did. He becomes first consul, essentially a dictator.
So the French Revolution, this grand experiment in democracy and freedom, it ends with a single powerful ruler.
It's a strange twist of fate.
It really makes you think about the nature of power, how easily things can go wrong.
And how the pursuit of noble ideals can sometimes lead to unintended consequences.
We started this deep dive looking at the vast gap between the rich and the poor in France.
We saw the storming of the Bastille, the rise and fall of those radical leaders, the descent into terror.
And finally, the rise of Napoleon.
It's been quite a journey through a pivotal moment in history.
And while the French Revolution might have officially ended with Napoleon on the throne,
its impact is still felt today.
those ideals, liberty, equality, fraternity, they continue to inspire people all over the world.
It reminds us that the fight for a just and equitable world is never truly over.
It's a fight that requires constant vigilance, a willingness to challenge those in power.
The French Revolution, with all its triumphs and tragedies, holds some valuable lessons for us today.
What kind of lessons?
It teaches us the importance of critical thinking, of questioning authority, of understanding that freedom and equality are fragile things that need to be protected.
Well said. I think that's a perfect way to wrap up our deep dive into the French Revolution.
It's a story that continues to fascinate and challenge us, encouraging us to learn from the past, understand the present, and strive for a better future.
History's not just dates and names, right?
It's a story of human ambition, struggle, and the constant search for a better world.
And by understanding the past, we can gain valuable insights into where we are today and where we might be headed.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
We hope you learned something new and maybe even got inspired to learn more about this fascinating period in history.
Keep those brain cells firing, and we'll see you next time.